Hey guys, so I'm gonna be filming a little cutesy little video with two other booktubers. We're doing like swapping our 5-star reads for this month. So my two 5-star reads that I gave them were Soul Searching by Lila Sage, because I did finish that in the last like 2 months or so and I was fucking obsessed with it. Can't wait for the next book. And actually, the day that I'm filming this intro is the day that Lila Sage released the fucking cover for it. I will insert it right here. If I figure out how to do that, I'm gonna insert it right here. Oh my god, when I saw, because I'm subscribed to her newsletter, when I saw the picture of this cover, I squealed. I squealed like a fucking teenage girl, because he has the earring, he has the floppy hair, her fucking shirt dress strap is falling down, and he has Happy Trail on the cover. Anyways, so Soul Searching is the first book that I gave, and then the second book is Ballad of Whispers. And if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I did not shut up about this fucking book as I was reading it until I like finished it, and then like a little bit after I finished it, because that book had me in a choke hold. So those were the two books that I gave them to read. I believe both of them chose Ballad of Whispers. So I'm really excited to see their videos and see how they liked it, because those two books really formed me as a person. So the books that I chose from their two lists, the first one is going to be Anxious People. I already got into it, almost done with it. I'm really excited. I just feel like I needed a little palette cleanser, because I just finished Red Rising. Yeah, I just finished Red Rising, and I need a palette cleanser, because if you've read Red Rising, you know that was intense. It took me forever to finish that book too, because it was just so information dense and so like intense is a word I'll use. It was just so intense. And so yeah, taking a break. I say taking a break, but I'm like 54% through Golden Sun, which is the second book. So I'm taking a break now because I'm 54% through. I've gotten through like a big chunk of like the heavy stuff in that book, and I just need a little break. So I'm glad to be reading this one. I can't remember what the second book that I chose is, but I will insert a picture of it here. Really excited. So yeah, I'm gonna insert some clips of me reading, maybe giving you my like thoughts mid-read. But yeah, I'm just gonna, you'll see me on the couch in there or in the kitchen, because I'm making dinner. And yeah, little surgery update. Your girl's doing great. I feel so amazing. And the only thing that's kind of annoying is I can't eat like greasy stuff anymore, which is fine. Like, I should be eating healthier. So yeah, I just have been really wanting a fucking patty melt, and I can't have a patty melt because there's too much unhealthy things, and like I will literally not die, but I will feel so shitty. So yeah, and I'm probably going back to work next week, which is great because I need money so that I can fund my books. So yeah, just sit back, relax, read your little book while I read mine, and like I'll insert the clips, and we'll just have like a good little hangout. I'm just gonna be eating some chips and hummus and reading Anxious People now. You probably saw it in the intro. I explained like what I'm doing and everything. This also says that I'm supposed to take like 6 hours on this book, but we're gonna see if I can beat the time on my Kindle, just because I like a little challenge. So yeah, it says it's 5 hours and 57 minutes in the book, but I'm gonna shoot for 4 because I think I can read this in 4 hours. It's not that big of a book. And then the other book I have on audio, so I'll probably be listening to that while I play some Animal Crossing, some Dreamlight Valley. But you'll see that later. So I'm going to set you up and we're going to do a little time lapse until I have something to talk about with the book. So, yeah. Also, if you hear in the sped up version, YouTube, I do have that on. It's just, I'm ADHD, y'all. Like, I need to have noise on in the background. I'm not going to be paying attention to it. It's purely there just so I'm not in a quiet house by myself, because everybody's at work. And this is a big house to just be like sitting in silence. And I don't really want to listen to music, because listening to music will make me forget what I'm doing. Actually, I might put music on, but I don't want to get like copyrighted. So, you know what? We're just going to leave the YouTube video on. And you're just going to have to listen to some weird shit when it goes through the fucking sped up version of me reading this book. So, sorry in advance. And yeah, let's get started. Gonna get my little, so I turned that down, so hopefully it's not too loud. Gonna get my hummus and snack chips ready, because ever since surgery I have been eating smaller meals more frequently, and I have lost a little bit of weight, skinny, but I like to snack a lot now. So also, sorry if the light behind me is like washing me out. I don't really care to fix that, and I also don't know how to turn this light off. But yep, I'm a snacker, so just gonna have some pita chips and a thing of hummus. And I'm gonna wait patiently. I'm gonna read this and wait patiently for Procopia to get delivered, because so my birthday was basically a month ago at this point. I'm like basically a month post-op from my surgery. But I had surgery on my birthday, and I was supposed to go on this really whimsical little trip. I can't remember if I mentioned it in my last video at all, but basically my partner was going to propose. We have a mutual understanding of like, I have control issues, so I need to know what's going on at all times. I didn't know when he was going to propose on this trip, but I just knew that it was going to happen. And like, we picked out a ring together. Like, that was the whole vibe. It was going to be for my birthday. We were going to go up to Pigeon Forge. We were going to stay in a hotel and like spend a couple days exploring Pigeon Forge, because I haven't been since I was little. And go down to Gatlinburg, because we went last year and I like was so obsessed with it. And then one of the days we were gonna go to the mountains, and I'm pretty sure I was gonna propose in the mountains somewhere, because I just loved, when we drove to Gatlinburg, we had to drive through the mountain, and I loved the view so much. Like, there's 30,000 pictures of the same fucking skyline view in the mountains. And yeah, and we were supposed to go with 2 of my friends, but my gallbladder said, hey girl, I'm gonna do some damage right before your fucking birthday. So yeah, so I had surgery on my birthday, and I spent my entire birthday, like the actual day, not really knowing what was happening, because my surgery was at like 9. And then right after, like, I was coming out of anesthesia, and then they gave me like hella painkillers. And I also wasn't sleeping well because when you're in the hospital, they wake you up like every 4 hours to get your fucking vitals, and that pissed me off, I'm not gonna lie. So I was so out of it. I think one of the friends that was supposed to go on the trip with us, I think she visited either that day or the day after. I have no idea. I don't remember. But yeah. So we canceled our hotel and they ended up still going because they had an Airbnb and whatever. But yeah, I essentially didn't really get to do anything on my birthday besides sit in a hospital bed and watch South Park on the hospital TV because that's all they had. So, where was I going with this? Honestly, I go on tangents. This is what's wrong with me. But, right. So, because of that, my fiance, we're just going to call him my fiance now. He hasn't like officially proposed, but I think there's a plan for that. Anyways, he knew that I was like really bummed out because I've been looking forward to this trip. I was so depressed at work. Like, I needed something to look forward to. That was what I was looking forward to. And then it got ripped away from me because I had to stay in the fucking hospital. So he decided, like, when we came back, everybody was talking about Pokopia, and then it like released, and then I was like, I need this game because I love Animal Crossing and I love cute little Pokemon, but I'm not like a huge Pokemon player. Like, I don't play the games, he does. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'm going off tangent. We found a really good deal at Costco for a Switch 2. So we have a Switch 2 now, so I can play Pokopia, and it's supposed to get delivered today. Technically, I'm supposed to wait for him to get home from work for me to be able to play it. But hopefully it gets here like after he gets home from work, because then I can just play it while he's in his shower. But yeah, I'm just gonna read Anxious People, I think, for the next like 2 hours and see how far I can get into it. And then once Pokopia gets here, I'm gonna pop a AirPod in and I'm gonna listen to the other book while I play Pokopia, and you guys will see that too. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna snack and eat my little pita chips and my hummus that we got from Costco, because I'm a Costco girl. I hate that. And then my drink of choice is my second Alani for today. Should I have had a second Alani? No. As you can see, most of this video is already just me yapping at the fucking screen. So yeah, I'm gonna read for 2 hours because it's 2:30 right now and he gets off at 4:30, and he'll usually call me and be like, hey, here's how work was, like, how was your day, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna read on my Kindle. So I'll see you guys whenever I have stuff to say. So far, this is kind of fucking chaotic. Like, I'm already on chapter 5 and I've learned nothing about this book. Also, I wanted to preface by like, I have no idea what this book is about. I didn't look up synopsis. I've heard about the book Anxious People, but I've never like delved deep into what it was about. So, all of this is very interesting. I'm a little confused, but so far. All right. So, don't mind the hair. Little update. It's the next day from, I think, the last clip that I filmed for you guys. Pocopia never arrived yesterday. It's supposed to arrive today. So hopefully it does, and then I can get started on my audiobook. And let's see. I have Spider-Man Far From Home put on the TV because the Spider-Man trailer released yesterday, and I'm a Marvel girly. So I'm very unwell about all of this. Like, I'm very mentally unwell about this entire situation because I'm down bad for Marvel, despite the characterizations that they fucked up. But it's fine. So yesterday or the day before I watched Spider-Man Homecoming. Now I'm watching Spider-Man Far From Home, and then like once I finish that, I'll watch Spider-Man No Way Home, which is gonna tear me up inside because of what Brand New Day is bringing us. Anyways, yeah, that's just a little bit about me. This is my like Scarlet Witch tattoo that I have to get heavily redone. But it's the quote from WandaVision that says, "What is grief if not love persevering?" Because Wanda is my favorite fucking character. She is number one on my list. And when WandaVision came out, I shit you not, it was like early dating days for me and my fiance. And so we were watching the Marvel shows like only with each other. So imagine me not being able to see him until the weekend because we lived pretty far away. Having to watch it get dropped every Wednesday and not being able to watch it until Saturday or Sunday. Right. So yeah. And then when that show finished, I literally just consecutively rewatched it over and over. Mentally ill, right? Remember, mentally ill. I would watch it over and over for a good like 6 months after it released. Just keeping that thing on a loop whenever I needed background noise because I love emotionally damaging characters, emotionally damaged characters. That's my breakfast, even though it's like 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock right now, but we're not going to talk about how long I stayed in bed. So yeah, that was just a little bit about me. And a little fun fact, I'm a Marvel girly. I met Sebastian Stan in 2017. I think he was filming Last Full Measure, which is a movie he did in between Marvel movies that we're filming because I live in Georgia. So, you know, they like were filming everything here. And I think it was either Infinity War or Endgame that he was like in the middle of filming for. I can't really grasp, but I know that he was beefed. He was beefed up when I met him. I'm just gonna say that right now. He was beefed up when I met him. So yeah, I met him. It went viral on Twitter because I have had my Twitter account since I was too young to have a Twitter account. And it used to be Fifth Harmony and MagCon and One Direction and like all of that. And then now it's just like mine. So if you see that I have a lot of followers on there, they're probably dead accounts because I had that for forever. Yeah, I even like was in a BuzzFeed article, and then that BuzzFeed article got posted on an Instagram, and then the Instagram was commented on by Sebastian Stan, and like it's still crazy to me that I ever met him because that feels so far away now that it's like it didn't happen, but I have video proof, so I know it did happen. Yeah, I don't really like looking at the video because I'm a literal fetus in this video. I was like pushing 18, and now I'm 27. Anyways, I'm literally just rambling now, talking about shit. Found out one of my friends from work, she also has to get her gallbladder out. So we're gonna be gallbladder twinsies. So yeah, I'm going to eat my breakfast, watch Spider-Man, Far From Home, and read more of Anxious People until Pocopia gets here today, which is supposed to get here in the next 2 hours. Because it was apparently stuck in Alabama yesterday, because that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just going to read that until Pocopia gets here, and then you'll see me with my headphones in, playing Pocopia while listening to the other book on audio. So I'll catch you guys again. For some reason, the rest of my footage that I thought filmed while I was doing my audiobook and reading the rest of Anxious People did not record. And the clips that did, when I imported them into my computer, just crapped out. So love that. So yeah, this is the end of the reading vlog. I am going to talk a little bit about both of the books. Second book was Wild Dark Shore, and the first book was obviously Anxious People. Let's see. For Anxious People, I'm giving that a 4 out of 5 stars. It was definitely way different than what I usually read. I usually read, like, as you can see, like, a shit ton of fantasy and romance. I've never really read anything like it before. I have never read anything that's, like, lit fic, really. I've, like, read some Olive E. Blake stuff, but not, like, I haven't gotten too far down that rabbit hole. So it was definitely like different and a challenge for me to read something that's not fantasy and romantic-y centered. So I gave it a 4 out of 5. It was very interesting. I was hella confused when I first started it, as you can probably tell in like some of the earlier clips. No idea what was happening. Everything was so chaotic. It was like very all over the place, and I kind of like that because that's how my brain works. I thought the story was really, really, really interesting. Like, I didn't know where the story was going to go. Like, with the bank robber and everything, I didn't know how everything was going to play out. But the ending, I'm going to try to keep this, like, spoiler free. But the ending was really, like, not where I was expecting it to go. But I liked it. Like, it was different. I know this is probably going to be so stupid the way I'm explaining all of this, but yeah, the writing was great. I loved, like, getting into each of the different characters and then finding out they're all connected in some way. So that was really 10 out of 10 for characters and writing. But it's just different than what I've, like, usually read. So that's why I gave it a 4-star, because will I read another one of Frederick's books? Probably eventually at some point. But I'm not going to, like, snatch the next one up, you know? So yeah. Anxious People, 4 out of 5 stars. Now on to Wild Dark Shore. That one was also a book that was not in my usual genre. It's like a thriller. A little suspenseful. I'm gonna give that one a 4 out of 5 as well, just because like I don't read things like this all the time. It's pretty much not something I usually read. I don't know what that accent was. Anyways, yeah. I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I don't usually read things like this, but it was pretty good for what it is. I thought the story was really intriguing. I thought the like little hooks and plot points that they gave you was really good. The writing was a solid 5 out of 5 for me. But I just like, again, like I'm not gonna like snatch up the next thriller book. That's just not who I am. But it was pretty good. I really was intrigued by like the twists and the turns that the story took and everything, and like I can see why it would be somebody's 5-star read for both of these books. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. I really liked them. I really liked both books. I had a fun time enjoying reading them. I listened to Wild Dark Shore while I was cooking, and like editing pictures for Instagram and stuff like that. So it really was really good. I just like, I'm so mad that all of my footage just killed itself. But yeah, that was my little weekly reading vlog that you only got to see like part of because of footage. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I will leave the links to the other two beautiful ladies that are doing this challenge with me, Courtney and Molly. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna finish Red Rising now because I feel like I'm substantially quenched of the palate cleanser. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!